Hey, what's going on, Rambling family? It's your boy Rambling. Welcome to Rambling TV, and I'm back at it again with the topic of boxing. So today I'm gonna be talking about Edgar Berlanga and his next fight with Alexis Angulo, Saturday, June 11th. The last time Angulo fought was June 4th, 2021. That's the main issue I have right there. So Angulo's definitely gonna have a lot of ring rust, and he might not be at the top of his game like a lot of people think he is. But at the same time, you don't know about this guy. You don't know, maybe he was training all year long trying to get a fight. I mean, you just don't know, right? This is the era of the upsets, and it's been a lot of upsets. And the reason I say that is because when Chris Colbert fought Hector Garcia, everybody thought Chris Colbert was going to win. There was no doubt about in nobody's mind, and Hector Garcia proved people wrong. So now, with that being done and said, Edgar Berlanga, there's a lot of issues in Edgar Berlanga's game plan. Everybody knows that he's coming to fight, and his main game plan is to fight on the inside, blow for blow, and that's his main game plan. Now, when he fought against Steve Rose, that game plan went out the window. It didn't work. Steve Rose kept up with the jab, kept his distance, definitely try to box him from the outside, definitely used a lot of footwork and running around the ring. And you know, Edgar Berlanga was clearly frustrated with that, because at the end of that match, he said he see how people are gonna try to fight him now. Everybody's gonna run, right? And don't quote me on that, those are my words, I'm just paraphrasing. But basically he was saying that everybody's gonna run from him. Now, what he doesn't realize, the whole point of boxing is to not get hit and to hit, right? To get hit as few as possible. Now, even if you're not a boxer, comment down in the comment section. Ain't a regular fight, no matter which way you put it. A fight is a fight. So if you're in a fight with somebody, the whole point is you're not trying to get hit, and you're basically trying to hit the opponent as much times as possible. I've never heard somebody say, yeah, I'm going to get into a fight and I'm going to try to get hit as much times as possible, or I'm going to just stand there and we just going to throw at each other. Nah, you know, even if you stand there, you're going to have some type of head movement, some type of block game, you know what I'm saying? Something's got to give, right? You're not just going to stand there and let somebody just pound you out. So, look, Edgar Berlanga needs to work on his foot game. He needs to work on waist movement. He needs to work on head movement. He needs to work on his defense. He needs to work on his boxing abilities and gain some type of boxing skills in the ring, right? Especially his punching mechanism is just left, right, left, right, left, right. Not really utilizing the jab, not really going to the body as much. You know, everything is just a head thing. The last fight with Steve Rose ducked down, and instead of him giving an uppercut, he just like hammered down. It kind of looked like if Steve Rose would have just stepped back, he would have probably hammered the floor. That's just my opinion. Now, the few opponents I'm going to name for Edgar Berlanga, you know, could be a tough challenge, but I would like to see Edgar Berlanga with better competitors. It will be none other than Caleb Plant, John Ryder, Shane Mosley Jr., David Lemieux, Daniel Jacobs, Anthony Durrell, Jesse Hart, David Benavidez, last but not least, Gabriel Rosado. I know, before you get on my neck about Gabriel Rosado, I get it. He got a lot of losses. I get it. The man is no good anymore. But all I'm saying is that Gabriel Rosado doesn't quit. I feel like some fighters that fight Edgar Berlanga, when they feel the power or they feel like they get buzzed, that little ringing in their ears, they just quit. They don't really want to fight anymore. Gabriel Rosado is not that type of animal. He's always moving forward no matter what. And I feel like Edgar Berlanga needs to face somebody like that just for the experience. Even though I do have Edgar Berlanga beating Gabriel Rosado, but still, that's just for the experience. Now, when it comes to David Lemieux, I get it. He lost, but the whole point is better experience. Now, David Benavidez for David Lemieux, but if you could get David Lemieux out of there in a better, quicker fashion, it'll just make you look even better. Now, when it comes to Shane Mosley Jr. and Anthony Durrell, those are two names, two very tough competitors for Edgar Berlanga. I feel like if he was to take on somebody like Daniel Jacobs, he'll be ready for one of those two names. But Daniel Jacobs will be the fight for Edgar Berlanga. I would love to see that fight happen towards the ending of this year, because That to me will set, if Edgar Berlanga, matter of fact, if Edgar Berlanga was to succeed, that will set Edgar Berlanga to the next level. He needs tough competition like Daniel Jacobs or Jesse Hart, possibly Caleb Plant. You know, definitely David Benavidez will definitely take him to the next level. Now, with that being done and said, another thing that has to change is the trainer. Nothing's been happening. Same game plan, same old Edgar Berlanga, same old 1-2-3 combinations, same old moving your head left or right, but then you stop after the second round. Same old, you have good footwork, you have good pressure, but then in the first 2 rounds, and then after that, you're just stuck to the floor. You know, you're basically glued to the floor, you know, too flat-footed. So look, all I'm saying is that the best bet for him would just be to go to Freddie Roach, see what he could offer you, see what's going on in there. I feel Freddie Roach is the way to go. I know he's old, but he can always have a substitute physically in the ring with Edgar Berlanga. He doesn't have to get in there himself. I'm pretty sure Freddie Roach, after all these years, he could visualize everything the way it was intended for him to train him. So with that being done and said, Freddie Roach shined up on the way out Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was old. He was already on the way out of boxing. He didn't have that much fight left in him, and he looked great against Margarito Part 2. Also, if Freddie Roach isn't the way, because maybe you don't like something about Freddie Roach, or maybe it's a money situation where you don't have much to offer, I'm pretty sure Team Pacquiao will take you in, since Manny Pacquiao is really humble and he's more than willing to work with a lot of fighters. But you gotta put in the dedication, you gotta put in that hard work. And Edgar Berlanga, to me, I feel like that's the way to go. You need trainers who have the experience with fighters, and you can see Team Pacquiao and Freddie Roach's fighters. They have good head movement, good footwork, good waist movement, good punching mechanics. They got a lot of great boxing abilities, a lot of good skills. So they offer a lot. They could change your life. And right now that you're early in your career, that's the best way to go. Now, with that being done and said, let me know what top 3 fighters you would love to see Edgar Berlanga with next. Let me know what trainer you think is best for Edgar Berlanga moving forward after this fight. If he does decide to switch, let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Ramblin'. Thank you for coming to Ramblin' TV, and